In Tiny Giants, probably the cutest animal of all is the chipmunk that lives in the northern forests of America. But that cute little creature has a problem because living there, the winters are absolutely brutal. So the only way it can survive is to find some way of getting through those cold months. Now, if you're a bear, you can hibernate and you take on lots and lots of fat and you can use that fat during the winter. But if you're tiny, you can't do that. So the chipmunk has to have another strategy. And what it does is it burrows underground and then spends the month or so before the winter comes furiously, frantically collecting acorns. Now, collecting acorns for a little creature like that, that's a challenge in its own right because they're big, you know, and this animal's only this sort of size. But it has an amazing strategy, and that's to do with its cheeks. Because as it goes out and collects, it picks up one, it shoves it in its mouth, and it pushes it into the side of its cheek. And then it goes and collects another, and it pushes it into the other side. And another one, and another one. We were watching this and thinking, this is extraordinary. These acorns seemed about, half the size of this animal's head. So how many could it do it? Well, it was one, then it was two, then it was three, four. And we thought, five, yes. And then eventually it manages to stick one in its teeth at the front of its mouth and scarf with these huge bulging pouches. And it does that time and time and time again until it builds a store underground of maybe even 1,000 or so nuts. The other challenge that these little chipmunks face is that there are lots and lots of chipmunks in these woods, and they all want the acorns. So inevitably, there's a bit of competition, to put it politely, about collecting these acorns. And if they get the chance, they'll try and fight for them or even steal them from each other. And that creates incredible drama. And that's what makes this sequence in Tiny Giants so strong. To see how chipmunks survive the winter, collect their acorns, and what happens when two chipmunks meet, watch Tiny Giants.